Welcome to Conducting Level 1, an introduction to conducting. Let's talk first about what the job of the conductor is. On a very basic level, the conductor's job is to help the ensemble to play at the right time and in the right way. And we will talk a little bit about both of those things as we go through the various levels of conducting. You'll need something to use as a baton. If you don't have a baton, you could certainly use a pencil. But if you have something that's a little bit more along the lines of 1 foot long, this baton is 12.5 inches long, it might be a little bit more realistic. But don't worry too much about that. In level 1, we are going to look at conducting patterns for 2/4 time, 3/4 time, and 4/4 time. Let's generalize a little bit about conducting patterns and come up with a couple of rules that will apply to all three. The first rule is that the first count of every measure is always down. Down for count 1. The second rule is that the last count of every measure is always up, whether that's count 2, count 3, count 4, or any other count. Another thing that we can say about the last count of every measure is that it exists on a slightly higher vertical plane than the other counts. If we're in 4/4 time, counts 1, 2, and 3 will be down here, but count 4 will arrive here. And that point where each count arrives is called the ictus. So we can say that the ictus of the last count of the measure is on a higher plane than the ictus for the other counts of the measure. A quick note about baton grip or holding position. You should hold the baton near where the handle of the baton meets the shaft, between your thumb and the first knuckle of your pointer finger, like this. The other fingers wrap loosely around the baton, and the palm should basically stay facing the floor. It's tempting to turn your wrist as you're moving the baton, but it's more clear if we can basically keep the palm down. Some other things to remember are, try to keep the remaining 3 fingers wrapped loosely around the handle of the baton, not flying away like this, because then it becomes confusing for the ensemble. They don't know whether to watch the baton itself or one of these 3 fingers. And another suggestion is try to avoid letting the wrist create the motion. More of the motion should come from your elbow. Okay? So this is a bit confusing because again, we don't know whether we're following the wrist or the baton itself. Whereas if we do more of our motion from the elbow, it is clear to the ensemble that they're to be focused here on the end of the baton. Conductors generally conduct right-handed, whether they are right-handed or not. This can be difficult for a beginning conductor, so I will encourage you to hold the baton in whichever hand is most comfortable for you. Now, while you're watching this video, you're looking at a mirror image, so that if I am conducting with my right hand, it looks like I'm conducting with my left hand. I will try to demonstrate each of these beat patterns using my left hand, so that you can mirror the motion of the baton with the baton in your right hand. Of course, if you're left-handed, then you can mirror the motion of the baton when I'm holding it in my right hand. So the first beat pattern we'll be looking at is a 2/4 beat pattern. There are only 2 counts in each measure, so if we think about the rules that we set down earlier, the first count will basically be a down gesture, and the second count will basically be an up gesture, and remember that that last count, or second count, will be on a higher vertical plane. Alright, so, holding the baton in my right hand, which is most comfortable for me, it looks like this. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Let's look at this a little bit more closely. The first gesture is basically down, and the second gesture is basically up. The baton should return to the point where it began, so that before count 1 it's here, and after count 2 it's here. Alright, now the the motion is a little bit more than a strict down, up, down, up. So what we're doing is actually making what kind of looks like a capital J. We go a little bit to the outside and then back to the inside. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Holding the baton in my left hand so that you can try it with your right hand and mirror what you see. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. 1 is down here, 2 is up here. And what I mean by that is the ictus for count 1 hits here, but the ictus for count 2 hits here. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, once again, in this hand, 1, 2, 1, 2, and in this hand, 1, 2, 1, 2. Now, let's look at the beat pattern for 3/4 time, like a waltz. Holding the baton in my right hand, what we have is basically a down, to the outside, and up. 1, 2, 3. Like a triangle, of course. 1, 2 to the outside, 3 up. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that's a little bit of an angular motion, so let's smooth it out a little bit. And you can take a look at our diagram here and follow the motion. So the down motion for count 1, of course, will end here on the lower plane, and then you're going to do a little curl before you go to the outside. Down, curl, outside. Down, curl, out. 1, 2. Other hand. 1, 2. Down, curl, outside. Down, curl, outside. 1, 2. And then the transition from count 2 to count 3 is not unlike what we did in 2/4 time. 1, 2, 3. 3 goes up because it's the last count of the measure, and the ictus for 3 is on a higher vertical plane than 1 and 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay? If you are right-handed, you can mirror with me now. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Down, outside, and up. Down, to the outside, and up. Down, to the outside, and up. That's the 3/4 pattern. And now, the 4/4 pattern. 4 beats in the measure. So, counts 1, 2, and 3 will exist on the lower plane. Count 4, the up motion will be on the higher plane. All right? In my right hand, my comfortable hand, it's going to be down, inside, outside, and up. Sometimes we joke and call it floor, door, window, ceiling. But you have to remember which side is the door and which side is the window. In any case, take a look at the diagram here, and you should see the same kind of motion. Count 1 is down. We do a little curl before we go to the inside. Down, curl, inside. Down, curl, inside. Down, curl, inside. Down, curl, inside. Other hand. Down, curl, inside. Down, curl, inside. Down, curl, inside. Down, curl, inside. And that's counts 1 and 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. All down here on the lower plane. For count 3, we're just going to loop around and go all the way to our outside. This is the largest motion. The distance from 2 to 3 is physically a greater move, a larger move, than all of the other counts. So we have to move the baton a little faster or we'll get behind. All right, so let's see if I can continue doing this with my left hand. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1 little curl, 2 to the inside, 3 to the outside, and notice how everything is here on the lower plane. All right, and then this transition from 3 to 4 should look familiar. 3, and then 4 on a higher plane, and we return to where we started. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, again, let's take a look at where these beats fall. 1 here, curl around for 2, and then a wider curl for 3, curl around, and 4 hits a little bit higher than the others, 4. Let's do 4 more measures of that. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Check out the diagram one more time and see how it works. 1, 2, 3 all the way across, and 4. Notice where I've placed the counts. 1, the first ictus, 2 is the second ictus, cross, and 3, and then 4, the last ictus, the point where it changes direction. 1, 2, change, 3, change, 4, and we end where we began. That's 4/4 time. Now, we're going to look at putting the different beat patterns together into some type of combination. I think it's easiest to start with 2 measures of each pattern. 2 measures of 2/4, 2 measures of 3/4, and 2 measures of 4/4. Okay? With my right hand, my more comfortable hand, it would look like this. And I'll ask you to count out loud while you do the beat patterns. Okay? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and so on. So there we are, 2 measures of each pattern. Let's try it with my left hand. You can mirror with your right hand. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay? Once again, let's do it together. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Practice 2 of each pattern, stringing them together so that there's no pause, and then try doing more measures of each, or making the pattern a little bit more random. A measure of this, a couple of measures of this, 3 measures of this, 1 measure of this, and try to mix it up a bit. Once you're comfortable with the 2/4, the 3/4, and the 4/4 patterns, try making a 16 measure exercise of your own. In the sample here, there are 2 measures of 2/4, 2 measures of 3/4, and 2 measures of 4/4, like we did in the video together. You can make yours look like this, but again stretch it out to 16 bars and make the changes of time signature a bit more random so that you're challenged to keep up, look ahead a little bit, and know which beat pattern is coming up. When you record the performance of your sequence of patterns, count out loud while you move the baton. Okay? For example, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and so on. For a challenge, you might try increasing the tempo once you become comfortable with the various beat patterns and the 16 measure combination that you've put together. Enjoy, let me know if I can be of any assistance, and good luck.